Hello everyone and welcome to Van Tech Corner. In today's video, we are going to set up 802.11s Mesh Wi-Fi network with OpenWRT using Luci. So 802.11s is an open source standard for connecting wireless devices without having to set up infrastructures. It operates on a layer 2 of the OSI model and makes sure that all nodes can see each other, just like they are plugged into the same network switch. So any layer 3 infrastructure will work just fine on top of this. So let's say this is our main router. It is a Habanero development kit from a device, and this is my main mesh node. Alright. And then we're going to create a mesh connection. Actually, it's wireless connection to the second node. So this is the D-Link DIR-842 on the main router. The DHCP server is on, and it has an IP address of 192.168.8.1. While on the second router, it has been configured as a switch, which means the DHCP server is turned off and the LAN had a static IP of 192.168.8.124. So it is in the same subnet with the primary. If you are still new to this kind of setup, you can check out my tutorial on configure the fast roaming. In this case, it's still the same connection, the same kind of setup, but the router is connected to each other using a cable. So in this video, I will show you the step-by-step on how to set up the router and a switch, turn off the DHCP, and things like that. So check it out if you haven't watched it, as well as we have another video for how to set up a router and a switch just down below. This tutorial is based on the Mesh Wi-Fi documentation from OpenWRT. And we have some other packages or tutorial which can handle this mesh connection, for example, Batman. But for this video, we are just based on the 802.11s. So first of all, we need to check if your device supports the mesh connection. So first of all, let me try to establish the connection to the routers, and let's check it. The 8.1. Alright, so root my password. So this is a device Habanero development kit, as you can see. So first of all, how do we identify that? Let's go and check it. So hardware support. So IW command is the command used to manage all the wireless connection, and if you run it, we have the mesh point. So we see that the router, the wireless hardware of this router supports mesh connection. And let's try with my second routers. So, yep, 802.8.124 and port 22, root, and then the passwords. So we see that. Wow, I'm sorry. Where is it? Just copy it, paste in. And we see that the hardware support mesh point as well. So these two routers support mesh connection, so we can proceed with it. And I have checked with the Raspberry Pi 4, so unfortunately the wireless hardware of Raspberry Pi doesn't support mesh. So in order to set up the mesh connection, we need to install the wpad-mesh-opensslw, and by default your router will come with wpad mini or basics or OpenSSL, something like that. So make sure you remove the package and install this package. So shopware, let's go and update the list first, and I will do the same on the DIR-842C2. Update the list. Alright, dismiss this first, and let's check WPA. Go to the install. So we can see that this router comes with WPAD basic pre-installed, so we need to remove it. Alright. And then we need to install this package. So if you are using command line, you can just copy and paste, but in this case, I am using Luci. so that our new friend who are new with OpenWRT can get the pictures and do it easily. So now we are going to install wpad-mesh-openssl. Hit install and install. So if you are seeing some of the error messages like the kernel is not compatible, make sure you update the router to the latest OpenWRT version. Alright, let's check the DIR-842C2. So let's go and check WPA. SAM. So it comes with WPA basics. Remove it, and then install the new package, which is wpad-mesh-openssl. It will take some time to install the package. In the meantime, we can set up the mesh connection on our main router, which is the Habanero development kit. Alright, so I will now log out from Luci and log back in. So according to this documentation, we need to create an interface for the mesh connection. So I will do it the same. This is our Habanero development kit. Let's go to network and then interface. This is the main node. It is running PPPoE on the WAN connection. And for the LAN connection, the IP address is 192.168.8.1/24. And the DHCP server is turning on. Alright, so it starts from 100 and ends at 150. So let's go to network, wireless. This router had two radios, the 2.4 and 5 GHz Wi-Fi. And for the best performance, I'm going to create the mesh connection on the 5 GHz Wi-Fi. So click the add button just right here. And then on the mode, I will change it to 802.11s. All the nodes in the same mesh network should have the same mesh ID and authorization password. So I will put it something like when TC and then mesh. Alright. On the network, I will attach it to the LAN interface. Or else you can follow my other tutorial on the guest Wi-Fi to create a new network. So LAN and then mesh ID and the mode. On the encryption, I will set it to WPA3 and give it a password. So for example, in this case, I will just use any number, so 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Since it is just a tutorial, I will use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but in the real life, I'm not suggesting that. Alright, so the mode is AC, the channels is 36, the width is 80 MHz, and the maximum transmit power is 20. So make sure the mode and the channel is the same between your main node and the client or the agent node. Alright, hit save. And then save and apply. And I will do the same on the second mesh node, which is the DIR-842C2, which is this one. So this is our second node, the D-Link DIR-842C2. And as you can see on the network section, it has a static IP address. So let's check it on the LAN. Let's click edit button. And it has an IP address of 192.168.8.124. The gateway set to the main node, which is our Habanero development kit. So on the firewall setting, it is assigned to the LAN zone. And on the DHCP server, it is still running, so I will turn it off. Alright, and hit save. So just like that for the LAN connection. And then let's go to networks, wireless. We will do the same thing to create the mesh connection. Go to the 5 GHz Wi-Fi, click the add button and then change the mode to 802.11s. On the mesh ID, it will be WAN TC-mesh. On the network, assign it to the LAN interface. And then on the wireless security, select the same wireless security, make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, the same password. On advanced setting, we can just leave it there. Make sure the channel between the two node connection is the same. So click the edit button there that you can see. Let's go and check it. So AC3680, all right, AC3680 is all good. So that's it, and then we can click save and apply. It will take some time to establish the connection between the main node and the second node. So once the connection is up and running, you should see an associated station just like this. So WAN TC mesh WLAN 0, and yep, we can see the connection is up and running well. So right now, two routers has been connected to each other using the Wi-Fi connection. So this is the DIR-842C2 and the LAN cable is still connected to it. So now once the mesh connection is up and running, we can safely remove the LAN cable. So I will just do it right now. We can see that there is no network cable connected to the DIR-842C2, but the router is still up and running and we're still able to communicate with it, which proves that the mesh connection is working great. Once the mesh connection is up and running, the next step will be creating the access point. Alright, so let's click the add button on the 5 GHz Wi-Fi, and then the mode access points, OpenWRT, mesh, 5G on the network, select the LAN zone, and then on the wireless security, we can give it a password, something like wow. Okay, so WAN tech corner, for example, WAN tech corners, and make sure that the channel and the mode is the same with our mesh connection, or else it will not work. So we have a new access point created on the same radio, which is the 5 GHz radio. I can also create another Wi-Fi connection on the 2.4 GHz. So let's do it. OpenWRT-mesh-2.4, and on the network, assign it to the LAN interface. On the wireless security, give it the same password. So WAN tech corner. For the 2.4 GHz, we can select any of the channel that we want. So we can go with channel 11, so things like that, and hit save, and then save and apply. It is going to restart the service on the main router, so let's try to establish the connection again. So network, wireless. Alright, so we can see that we have the 2.4 Wi-Fi and the 5 GHz Wi-Fi running on this mesh connection. So there's something wrong with the Habanero software and the AP showing that disabled, but actually it is up and running. Let's do the same for our second node, which is the DIR-842C2. Alright, click the add button and then change the mode to access point. OpenWRT, mesh, 5G on the network, select LAN, and then on the wireless security, select the same security, which is WAN tech corner. Make sure it is correct. Alright, which is good. And then hit save. And do the same for the 2.4 Wi-Fi. So, alright, mesh 2.4 on the network, select the LAN, and then wireless security. we will use the same password. So van tech corner, double check it, everything is good, then hit save and apply. The wireless hardware on the DIR-842C2 is restarting, and we see that the mesh connection is disabled. But shortly after this, it will up and running well. Just give it some time. Yep, it is up and running again. Now I will turn off my second node, which is the DIR-842C2, and I will place it in another place, and let's check it if the mesh connection is up and running well or not. Alright, so I will now connect it to the 5 GHz Wi-Fi mesh. The password is incorrect, so I need to submit a new one when tech corner. Hit connect, and we are connected, and you can see the same on Luci. So OpenWRT Mesh 5G, we have our Xiaomi Mi 9 connected just right here. 1044 is the MAC address of our AP. So let's check the network cell info, and I will now go upstairs. So let's go up. -50, -63, and I'm upstairs, -67, and just right here, -70. So by right, it should switch to the new AP. And yes, as expected, it automatically switched to the 5 GHz mesh, which is this DIR-842C2. And let's run the speed test to just confirm that. Close it and go. Perfect, it worked just fine. Alright, so this is it, it's working great as expected. And let me do another test. So network cell info light, OpenWRT-mesh-5G and -28 dBm. So I will now go downstairs and see if it automatically switched to the previous one. So let's go. -31, -46, and then inside the room, so -52, -67, and then it should automatically switch to the main node, -68, well, -71, and it is still not switched to the new connection. Maybe it assumed that the connection is still good. -72. So seems like our second node have a strong signal coverage. That's why the OpenWRT Mesh 5G doesn't switch to the new one, but now it has been switched to the 5 GHz connection on the main node. And we can now confirm that this is up and running well. So far, we have successfully configured a Mesh Wi-Fi network with OpenWRT 802.11s. For further configuration, you can refer to this documentation, and try with Batman or OLSR mesh. So if you are looking for other tutorial, for example, the fast roaming and how to configure the wireless connection or how to turn the router into a switch, you can check out my other tutorial on the channel WAN Tech Corner. If you see the video is helpful, please like, share and subscribe to support the channel. Thanks for watching and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.